Good afternoon to all. Am I audible to everyone? So today's session is basically on fundamentals of IP4 addressing, subnetting, and routing. Myself, Mr. Sumanandana, I am working as the assistant professor in School of Computing Artificial Intelligence, NIMS University, Jaipur, Rajasthan. I am also the postdoctoral fellow at NextGen University International, USA. So in this session, we are going to learn about various important concepts related to computer networking. Basically, it is based upon IP address structure conversion. Second is IP for address classification, address assignment, network, subnet mask, and supernetting. Dynamic routing protocols, static and dynamic routing. Is my screen is visible to all? Yes. The
Yes,
screen
sir,
is visible to
visible.
all. Visible in full mode. Full
Yes, sir.
screen mode. It is. If I am doing full screen, just 1 second. Is it visible? Full screen.
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you. So, what are the basic objectives of this webinar? Is IP structure and conversion, IP for address classification, address assignment, network, subnet mask, and supernetting, dynamic routing protocols, static and dynamic routing, initial network discovery, routing protocols categories, distance vector protocols, types of distance vector protocols, link state updates, link state routing. These are the objectives of this webinar session. First thing, whenever we go to any PC or laptop which is connected to the network, if we open the window of the Internet Protocol TCP/IP properties, this screen will be visible. Where we have two options: obtain the IP address automatically or use the IP address manually. There are two things are there. One is automatic, another is manual. So if we are going through manual, then we need to give IP address, subnet bus, default gateway. If we are opting for automatically, it will take the IP address from a pool of IP addresses that are available in the network through DHCP protocol. In DHCP, we will discuss it after a few slides. But before that, we just know through DHCP protocol, we can access the IP address. So before moving towards IP address, we should know about conversion method, that is binary and decimal conversion. So this thing we should be strong enough or thoroughly understood so that we can carry on the conversion between binary and decimal. Suppose I am discussing about 2 cap 0, it is 1, 2 cap 1, 2, 2 cap 2, it is 4, 2 cap 3, 8, like that, up to 2 cap 7, it is 120. So if I remember this table, so I can use it to convert from decimal to binary. Like 192.57.30.224. It's a IP address. I can convert into decimal like 128 plus 64. That is 192. Then 57 is 32 plus 16 plus 8 is 57. So how I will be calculating? Whenever 192 is coming, I am giving 128 and 64 is these two bits are on, rest other bits are 0. Suppose I am calculating for 224, then 128, 64, 32, other bits are 0. That means when I convert any decimal number to binary, I need to refer this first table. It is very easy to calculate if we remember how to convert. So IP address structure. So how IP address structure looks like? Just we can see 192.168.10.1. 192.168.10.1. So then what bits are on here?
No, sir. Please repeat one more time.
Okay. Suppose this is the table I have created. Means 2 cap 0 is 1, 2 cap 1 is 2, 2 cap 2 is 4, 2 cap 3 is 8, 2 cap 4 is 16, like that. Suppose one is asking to convert 192 first. Then 192 is, if you refer this table, 128 plus 64 is 190. These two bits are on, 1, 1. Others are 0. Then this is its 8-bit representation. Like that, suppose you are converting to 24. Then what to do? 128, 64 plus 32. 1, 1, 1. These three bits are 1. Rest all are 0. In full mode. That means we will see further details in after some slides. But just remember,
Yes, sir. It's
whenever
visible.
suppose one is asking 128, then this bit is only 1, other bits are 0. Like 128, bit is 1, means 1, 7 times followed by 7 times 0. Everyone able to understand? Anyone having any doubts so far? Dynamic routing protocol, static or dynamic routing. Okay. Then similarly, 192 plus 168, 10.1. Same thing happens, whatever I discussed in the previous slide. 1, 1, objectives followed by 6 times 0. 168, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, followed by 3 times 0. 10. 10. So 10 means 8 plus 2, 10. 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0. If you can see, same thing is represented here. 1. 1 means 2 cap 0 is 1. This bit is 1. Will be visible. All bits are set 0. We need to means first 7 bits are 0, then followed by 1. Or use the IP address. So IP addressing structure, there are two things. Just whatever I told, it is represented in tabular format. Just for easy understanding. Everyone can refer it. Then we need to give 128, 64, 32, 16, 8, 4, 2, 1. Whatever I told, those things has been represented here. If you add all the bits, you will get 255 in the network. If you add 128, 64, 32, 16, 8, 4, 2, 1, that is equal to 255. You just know. So it's a quick question to all the participants. 128, 209, so 209 IP address, how we can represent? We should know about which bits will be on. That is binary. If you see which bits are on for 209, then you can see, you can check it. 2 cap 7 is 128, 2 cap 6 is 64. These two, if you add, that is 192. Suppose I am discussing about plus. You can check it. This one. If
110100001, 128, 64, 16, and 1.
This 1. Yes, yes. That is the calculation. For quick calculation purpose, we need to refer this table. If you have a strong mastery over this table, then you can calculate anything within a fraction of second. 30.224. So IP address are decimal numbers. So before I came to this IP address decimal number, I have already described how to calculate quickly. So there are 5 classes are there. Class A, Class B, Class C, Class D, Class E. 32. Class A starts from 0 to 127. 16 plus means 0.0.0.002. 127.255.258.250. It's range of class A. Class B 128.0.0.02. 191.255.258.255. Class C 192.0.0.02. 223.255.255.255. Class D 224.0.0.02. 239 or 255.255.255. Class C 240.0.0.0 to 255.255.255. IP address structure. This is the address range of each class. Sometimes you can see 192.168.10.1.
Repeat one more time.
Students ask me questions like that. Sir, why this class is what bits are we can
Hello,
without
sir. Please repeat one more
classes we
time.
can also segregate. But it's a simple, very good question and simple question also. Anyone can think about it. Without class also we can give the IP addresses. But what things actually is happening? Suppose anyone is opening a organization and he or she does not know about how many hosts are required at his or her end whenever his or her company will grow up. For that purpose, these are the classifications. So based upon the classification, suppose you can see here, maximum hosts can be connected in class A, then class B, then class C. These three classes are used for connecting hosts. But D and E is basically reserved for experimental purpose. So based upon the classes, the head of the organization can think about which class IP address he or she need to adopt. This is the basic fundamental idea about classification. Okay. And routing mask, which
Definitely this subject is very wide.
सर ये पढ़ नहीं पाएगा नाम देख रहे हो किस नाम से
People have
डॉक्टर अंकित सिंह
careers. Do you have bosses?
please mute your mic.
Have any bosses?
Please mute your mic.
नहीं बता रहा म्यूट करो
All of you, please mute your mic. Any question you can ask, but please mute your mic. 101, then IP address classes. Same thing is represented here. So, with reference to my previous table, here you can see a star mark is there 127. Actually, some books write, the authors in some computer boot networking books, they write 0.0.0.02, 126.255.255 is the range of class A. Because 127.0.0.02, 127.255.255 is reserved for loopback purpose. What is loopback? If I am connecting with a network, to check whether I am connected with the network properly or not, this loopback concept is used. For that purpose, I can write a command in the command prompt, ping space 127.0.0.1. If it is getting some reply from the server, then I am connected. If it is not getting any reply, then it is not connected properly. So checking my own IP address is assigned properly or I am correctly working with the server. For that purpose, 127 IP address is reserved for loopback testing purpose.
If 1101.
So here there are three
128, 64,
class of
16 and 1.
IP addresses that are basically used. And in these three classes of IP addresses, class A is the first one, class B, class C. In class A, network bits are 8 bits, host bits are 24 bits. That means out of 32 bits, my network bits are 8 bits, rest 24 bits are host bits. Class B, 16 bits are network bits, 16 bits are host bits. Class C, 24 bits are network bits, rest 8 bits are host bits. So, if anyone might be thinking what is network bit, what is host bit, that one I am also explaining now. Network bits are those bits that signifies your network, which class of network you are using. Host bits are those bits which I can do some manipulation in my network. That means while implementing any IP address in my network, I cannot alter the network bits. I can only alter the host bits. That's why maximum number of hosts can be connected in class A, then class B, then class 239 or 255.255.250. This is the same thing. Class C, 240.0.0. So you can see this host per classes of IP addresses. Class A This is the 8 bits, rest 24 bits are host bits. Class B, 16 bits are network bits, 16 bits are host bits. Class C, 24 bits are network bits and 8 bits are host bits. That means you can see class A 2 without 24 minus 2. Why minus 2? That one I am explaining. So this is the number 16777241 sorry, maximum host. Class B, 16 bits are host bits. You have 16 minus 2. 5534 maximum host. Class C, 2K8 minus 2, 251 maximum host. Why I am subtracting 2? Means how many in these two addresses is one is given for network, another one for broadcast. One is signifying the network address, another one signifies the broadcast address. So broadcast means classification. In network, if I want to send a message to everyone, that broadcast address is basically used. These three classes are used for connecting hosts. But D and E another thing. This is most important for experimental purpose. Whatever the group based upon the IP addresses or classes of IP addresses I have described, head of the organization out of them, think about these three IP address ranges are private, except that all are public. Private means I cannot use it free. It is paid. 10.0.0.02, 10.255.255.255. Next, 172.16.0.02, 172.31.255.255. Last one, 192.168.0.02, 192.168.255.255. First one belongs to class A, second one belongs to class B, third one belongs to class C. Here you can see a star mark is there. So classify different IPv4 addresses.
Sir, can you go to previous slide? What I didn't understand.
Networking books, they write. Okay. So this is the 02. Private IP address classification. Whatever IP address I have told previously, these are all belongs to public IP addresses. From those that range, I have given the complete range in my previous slides. But from those, these are private. Private means I cannot use it freely. Freely means if I need this type of IP addresses, I need to go to ISP, Internet Service Provider, and I need to purchase this one to use. This is not free IP address. This is private only. If it is public means rest. Suppose I am giving an example of 11.11.11.11, then it is a public IP address. My own. Suppose I am giving address of 9.9.9.9. Is also public. But private is 10.0.0.02, 10.255.258.258.255. This range is private. Means suppose you want to address 10.0.0.1. This is also private. 10.0.0.2. This is also private. Like that. Class A is the first one. Class B, class C. Able to understand now? In class A, this is from each class. Class A, class B,
Yes,
class
sir.
B.
Understand.
Host bits are yes. Thank you. 24 bits. That means classify and define IP4 addresses. My network bits are 8 bits. Rest how to classify and how to define IP4 addresses? That's a big question mark. So 24 bits are network. All of you can see here. I have already told the ranges. Class A, so class B, class C, class D, class E. That one I am also. And I have already discussed in my previous slides. In class A, only 8 bits are network bits, rest are host bits. That means whenever you are calculating the subnet mask or default subnet mask, that means these network bits are on. That means 8 bits are 1. That is 255. Rest are 0. 255.0.0.0. Whenever I am going to class B, that's why maximum only 16 bits are on, rest 8 bits are class B off. Sorry, first 16 bits are on, last 16 bits are off. That means 255.255.0.0. Class C, first 24 bits are on. 255.255.255. Last 8 bits are host bits. It's 0. Okay, everyone able to understand how I'm calculating the default subnet mask? Means in class
Yes, sir.
A, in class A, I am taking only 8 bits are data bits. Rest 24 bits are host bit. That means default subnet will be those data bits will all on. On means 1 That is 255.0.0.0. Whereas in class D, it is 255.258.0.0. Class C, 255.255.0.0. Okay? And class D and E, this is basically used for multicast and accelerator purposes. One is signifying the network address, another one signifies classified defined IPv4 addresses. Broadcast means this is the architecture of a, if I want to you can say network to everyone, internet, where you can see ISP one has given this network. ISP2 has given the second network 10.0.0.0. ISP3 has given 172.16.0, that is private network. It has created. Out of them, just this is an example how a network is being connected are private, except that all are assigning private means addresses. So everyone knows that everyone having some address. Wherever we have office address, home address, so everyone having some address. Like that, network devices also having some address. Those who are memory. 172.31.255. So PC which are connected on laptops, tablets, those who are mobile devices, those are connected to the internet, they have IP addresses. First one belongs to class A, second one belongs to class B. So how
So
I
what is
am
the
assigning the
difference between IP address and MAC address?
so classified define IP address.
Sir,
IP
can
address is
you go to
basically stands for
previous slide?
Internet Protocol
I didn't
address. There are
understand.
two types: IP4, IP6. So MAC address is basically known as Media Access Control Address. MAC, Media Access Control. That is, MAC means these are all belongs. Suppose I am IP addresses purchasing a laptop. Then in that I can use internet from any sources. That IP address will change when I'm using from home to office. These are private. But my MAC address will never be changed. It is 48-bit address. It will be remain constant when up to when I'm using. I'm the owner of the laptop or mobile device. That address will not change anyway. Okay? Private only. Public means yes. Rest. Suppose I am MAC address is 48-bit. 48-bit address. 11.11.11.11. So assigning addresses, I have already told there are static and dynamic. Suppose I am giving address of 9. And dynamic DHCP works. In static, we need to give but private is 10.0.0.0. Calculating addresses. This is the most important part of this range is private. Means IP4 address classification. How to calculate. This is also private. Suppose this is also one of us going to open an organization. And in organization, this is from he or she needs PCs connected, network needed, router needed, switches needed. So the person went to ISP and ISP provided for her 192.168.1.0/24 is the subnet. All of you can see here. I have already told the ranges. Class A, class 24 means class D. You can clearly observe 192.168.1.0 address belongs to class C. In class C, only 8 bits are network bits. In class C, that means 24 bits are network bits, 8 bits are host bits. So, default subnet mask. If the ISP provides 192.168.1.0/24, its default mask will be 250.250.250.0. And you can check it address 117 times 0. Whenever I am going and this is the conversion. That means this 8 bits rest has 8 bits, second 8 bits, third bit 8 bits are belongs to network address. First 16 bits are on, last 16 bits 8 bits are belongs to host. 255.255.0. Suppose the ISP is giving 192.168.1.0/25. That means you are purchasing a IP address that is also belongs to class C. But its subnet, its subnet is slash
Yes.
25. Slash 25 means class A slash 25 number of network bits they're present, and rest 32 minus 25, that is 7. 7 bits are belongs to host bits. You can clearly observe here 192 is converted to binary format. 160 is also converted to binary format. 1 is converted to binary format. And this 0, 8 times 0, I need to borrow 1 0 from host bits to network bits. That means 8 plus 8 plus 8 is 24 plus 1. That is 25. 25 bits from the right side. I am borrowing. I am fixing it as network address. Just 7 bits towards left. That is host bits. So here my subnet mask will change. 255 to 255 created. Last one is 1 because I am borrowing one bit towards right. That means whenever I am calculating the subnet mask, I know that all the network bits will be 1. That is first 8 bits are 1. That is 255. Second 8 bits are 1. That is 255. Third 8 bits are 1. That is 255. Fourth part, only one will be there at the 8th place. That is 128. Okay, all of you understood this one?
So what is the
Clearly?
difference between
Yes, sir.
IP address and MAC address?
Suppose it is asking slash 26. Then what we will do? What we will do under
One more zero we will add. Borrow.
One more borrow 2 ones. That means 192 plus 190. Sorry, 128 plus 64. That is 190. Getting all of you? If
Yes.
I put slash 26, the result of subnet mask will be 255.255.255.192. Yes, is it correct? Is it correct to everyone? It will be remain constant
Yes, sir.
when up to, okay, thank you. Up to when I'm the owner of the laptop. So calculating addresses, this is that architecture is given how we can calculate the subnet mask. Okay, because in a organization there is corporate office, legal office, HR office, sales office, many offices are there, and we are interlinking with each other. Then this kind of subnetting is required. And dynamic subnetting works. In static, we need to give manually. Checking the network layer. So if you want to check whether my system is connected to the server or not, just type ping 127.0.0.1 to calculate. Then it will show the message whether it is connected or not. If it is connected, then you are sure that my system is connected to in organization. This is the command. Needs PCs connected, network needed, router needed.
Sir, can you show the previous slide one?
So person went to ISP. So this ping is basically used for checking purpose whether my system is connected to the server or not. So that address range from 127.0.0.0 to 127.255.255.255. Any IP address you can ping it, then it will show. In
Done, sir.
class C, 24 bits are